how you're supposed to use breathing for your diaphragm. So that's the simple short answer to that. But
right. And on top of that, right? And on top of that, if you look into nature, right? Nature, they're not speaking any language except body language. So the most important body language. An animal can pick up on your vibration as quick as that. They can see you. They can understand they can tell what your intentions are. Your heart, because of your body language. That's really the most intelligent. You ever picked up a vibe when you walk into a room?
Right. So then we would go with the energy. Then would you say that energy is a? Would you say that energy?
Hey, if you look at it from this perspective as well, right? English, the way black people break down, we naturally turn it back into a higher vibrational form. Whereas the European would say nigger, we say nigga.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? We take their language and we break it up. Broken French, right?
We up in here, but now let's ride a little bit.
None of the methods that we use to speak
Ride out, all right?
language is in the form of the original form that the European brought into it. We change it and make it fit our vibration.
That's a fact.
That's a fact, ain't it? That's a fact. Is that a fact?
Is that another question?
If it doesn't alone,
Is everything good? Coming clear mind? It might be. Yeah, that's the power of melanin. Everything black people do that the European has given us, we take it and we make it our own. And that's why it amplifies whatever it touches.
that's a fact.
Next call. Right. Next call. Get it.
Next call.
Hey, that was a good point, bro. That was a good point. He was like, wait, hold on, wait. I know where this is going. I got it. Back up. All right, we're waiting for clarity 2 times. Anybody call anybody join? It's a fact money scene. Anybody can join, man. Like I said, we're taking anything, breaking it down to the molecule, getting it factual. The only time you're gonna get blocked and hung up on is if you're being blatantly disrespectful. Right. We don't tolerate that. So waiting clarity 2 times. Waiting for her to come in. I'm not sure. We're gonna send you another one. We're gonna say that was a good call. He came in. He came in with a different energy than he left out with. That's the point. That's how you supposed to come in. That's the point. Money team meal. We let you in, money team. Correct. I wouldn't spend too much time commenting.
Yeah.
If you want to get your
I got a question about God in general.
Okay. All right. What specifically?
I keep hearing everybody say like it's not real, but when I'm looking at y'all are like putting me in the mood to be a god, you know.
Yeah.
I keep saying like I'm a god, you know, but I just want to get that across.
Right. See, the thing is, right, God is all things. God is operating on different frequency of itself, right? When you realize that you're God, when you truly understand that, okay, I'm God, I'm everything. There's certain things, there's certain actions you have to take after that. You can't say, because God, right? God is God. So God wants to give itself the best of all things. You can't say I'm God and stay in Babylon. You can't say that you're God and live in Babylon. You can't say that I'm God, but you got on a shirt and a name tag that you got from Target. Right, Walmart. You can't say that I'm God and be putting up at the drive-thru at McDonald's. There's certain avenues, there's certain things you have to do once you reach the Christ conscious, the understanding that you're God.
Right. You cannot say that you're God and then dishonor God. You are God, so why would you eat meat? Why would you go to work? Why would you not connect to the earth? Why would you not be humble enough to sleep on the earth? Why would you not take care of your body? Why would you dye your hair? You can't say you're God and dye your hair. You can't say you're God and do all these things to live against nature. This is why you must honor your God's creation, which is you. This is why you don't kill bugs blatantly and shit. Like, no, my nigga, you're supposed to be a very God, and you have to take care of yourself and honor God's creation.
And that's another thing. The concept of God has been poisoned and tainted from the European mindset. So from the environment that we were into, from the environment that we came into and the system, it's something that's been tainted and poisoned. So we don't have the idea or concept of what God is. We think God is a white man that's going to come out of the sky, not realizing that you yourself are God. You know, and God is a balance between masculine and feminine. So within this balance, you have to keep yourself balanced. That means you have to provide yourself with the very best. That's why we say, I love myself here at Call the Nation, because we understand first and foremost that I am God. And to love thyself truly is to give yourself the best that life has to offer in this reality. So that means I'm going to give myself the best people. I'm going to put myself in the best environment. I'm going to make sure I have the best frequencies that I'm responding to. I'm going to make sure I'm in direct communication with the universe. You know what I mean? That's what God is. God is understanding that it's the universe, that it is in communication and in connection with itself. Everything is God. I'm literally a reflection of everything that I see. And that's the highest frequency that you can exist in.
I wanted to say something too, right? So, like I said, God is all things. There's different expressions of God, right? So right now in the earth plane, you and I are what? We're God in human form.
Yeah.
Now we got to look at what does the human being, what does God need in human form? We can't deny that there's objective things, regardless of how people feel, that produces the best quality human being. For example, food. Let's take a look at food, bro.
Yeah.
Let's look at food, God. Are you eating like a God right now? Is McDonald's something that God would feed itself? Is Hot Pockets, Cheetos, what God would feed itself? Maybe the lower frequency of God, because like I said, all things are God. But you clearly you want to vibrate where? To the highest capacity of what God is. So you have to look at the food. Just line yourself up with what you're giving yourself, and then you can understand if you truly believe and understand that you're God. We can move on to the water. Would God drink or limit itself to bottled water or tap water that's tainted with chlorine, fluoride, pharmaceuticals, and other chemicals? God would be where? To the source, at a river. At a running fresh water. Do you know how much water in the tropics right now? It's hundreds of gallons per second. Per second, bro. There's no way that a human being, God in human form, should be restricted to bottled water and tap water and a water bill. Then we can move on to the air quality. Are you giving yourself the best air quality in your environment as God? Is oxygen something that we should just brush off and not act as if it's very important? No. There's spraying chemtrails in the sky right now. They're spraying chemtrails. And then to move on to the last point is the sunlight. The sunlight. Are you getting enough sunlight where you are right now? Clear understanding is no, because if you were, it would not get cold where you at. When you at the highest frequency of sunlight capacity on Earth plane, there is no wintertime. There is no snow. Where I am, there is no snow. There's no cold weather. This does not happen. And the reason why we are vibrating at the highest frequency of God is because we line ourselves up with the best of what is supposed to be given to a human being that says that they're God. So don't be fooled by anybody in Babylon. If they claim to be God and they're still in Babylon, this person is a false prophet. They're a liar, and they don't mean you no good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
and
you.
in addition to that, right, the people you associate yourself with is also a factor in dealing with what's best for you as a human. You can be vegan, you can be all of that, you can have the best word, everything. But you can be around very negative people, lowering your vibration, because like with sex, you're having sex with them, it doesn't have to be physical. Just talking to someone and you're taking in their energy. That's not honoring God's creation. You know what I mean? That's degrading, dealing with a demon, someone that's always thinking negatively. You want to deal with people that are on a high vibration that's going to build you up, help you become the best version of yourself, the best version of God through you. So the people, it's bigger than that. People carrying us.
God is energy, life is sex. You have to understand that. And one last thing I just want to say is that Babylon is a frequency of mind. It's a state of the mind, but it's a place that's actually meant for bottom feeders and surface public. That means the lowest of the lower vibrational beings will hang out there. This is where the devil's playground is. You have to understand, as God, we talk about the devil.
He got a carbonation goddamn headband already, don't he?
Of what God is, you know what I mean? Not knowing who it is. So a higher self version of God will understand who it is and will be fully, completely self-aware. So that's what separates you from people who balance on the fact that you're fully conscious of who you are. That's a fact. You got any more questions, bro?
No, because I was listening to some, like one of your you talking one day. You was like smoking cigarettes and wearing shoes is a sin, and you was like that's not of God or whatever. I was just like okay, yeah,
You understand? You understand how that's not of God, right?
yes sir, understand that.
Yeah. All right, God. Please, God.
All right, God, peace with you.
Love myself.
Love myself.
All right, thank you.
Next caller.
Next caller, man. I think we can move up a little bit since it's only 3 of us. Oh, yeah. So we have to come up closer. We can come to whatnot. Yeah. All right, so Vanessa Elise, we let you in, and Love Mother Scorpio. I think you need to update your Instagram app because it says you're unable to join. Yep. So I would try to update Instagram and then come back in because we're gonna be there. Quick update.
Hi.
You're peace out. See you.
I just have a question. I want to know, is smoking weed a sin?
Smoke doesn't belong in your body. You breathe in. What do you breathe in?
Air.
Well, it's oxygen. Oxygen, right? So you breathe out what? What do you breathe out? What do you from the trees, and then you return back a certain chemical compound back to the tree. You know what that is? It's carbon dioxide. So when you smoke, carbon dioxide is actually the chemical compound that you're putting inside your body. So if you're designed to exchange and give back carbon dioxide, why would you inhale it? That's breathing backwards. That's literally living backwards. You're designed, your lungs are designed to oxygen, not carbon dioxide. So when you smoke, you're literally going against your own self. And the only reason you do smoke is because you have a fabricated supports this retarded form of existence. If other people wasn't doing it and you was by yourself and you smoke some weed, you would be like, damn, that was stupid, and you would not do it again. But because you have a culture with niggas like Wiz Khalifa making that shit look cool, you okay with being stupid.
And they saying that it's like a natural plant, so it can't
Yeah,
it's like of the earth because so it's sin. So I got to confuse.
Yeah, no, I understand that because listen, I smoked for 5 years. I was a smoker longer than that. I used to smoke weed every single day in Babylon. And what we come to find out with the most honorable prophet, Christ, come to find out what the fact that weed is not something that's supposed to be smoked. You are actually supposed to digest it, and it's supposed to aid certain symptoms. I'm not saying that weed doesn't have any chemical properties that will help aid symptoms. That is a fact. It will help aid symptoms. But what I want you to understand with weed is actually when we used it in our traditional times, we did use marijuana. It was ingested through eating it. And if we didn't eat it, even a more spiritual way to utilize it as a plant would just to be going out in its natural environment where we grow it to a natural environment, and that solar noon, the sun would be hitting the weed plants. It would hit the buds, and the buds would actually activate and send out a pheromone where we would naturally get high based off the buds. So when you're walking in the forest and you smell weed and you start to get a little high, it's because the sun is activating the cannabinoids.
Don't listen to that shit.
In order for it to send out a pheromone to get you high.
Don't listen to that shit.
Not in the way that we use it.
Girl, don't listen to them broke back mountain ass niggas, man. I'm about to smoke a big ass L in a few seconds.
That's the essence of
Straight up.
And you would get a little buzz, whatever, you go about your business. But it was not meant to be abused how we're using it. You know what I'm saying? It was never meant to be stupid. I wanted to say something too about as far as the relationship between chlorophyll. So I'm gonna ask you this question. You seem very intelligent, right? So you know that melanin absorbs light. You understand that melanin is in our skin, it's in our hair, it's in our eyes. And what has identical properties to melanin in the plant is chlorophyll. Chlorophyll also absorbs light. So with this understanding of light absorption, right? Which one do you think is vibrating higher? The melanin or the chlorophyll? The plant or you?
Me.
So why would you smoke something that's a low vibrational at a low vibration than you are and call it getting high?
Right. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
It doesn't make any sense when you look at the scientific property. But like I said, because there's a retarded culture that pushes it, you think it's okay and it sounds good and you just do it because you're being programmed subconsciously. But looking at the properties of melanin versus chlorophyll, melanin absorbs thousands of times more light than chlorophyll. So the marijuana plant doesn't even have the capacity to absorb more sunlight than you do. So if you truly wanted to get high, you need to go to the sun because your melanin is going to absorb all of that EMF field, and EMF field is nothing more than a fancy word for light.
Okay.
I also want to say this, right? Everything you do should be divine and it should be sacred. The way people treat weed nowadays, treating us back in the day. We treat weed like the way when you do the weed unsacredly, you sell it, you modify it, and then you wrap it up in a bag and sell it. Imagine if you were wrapped up in a bag and sold. That is very inhumane. It's unsacred. So we should, it's
And it's not in its natural environment. It's not even in its natural environment. The natural environment for weed plant was in the area. You know what I mean? So they actually took it from its natural environment. You see, what we do to things is a reflection of our mind. How we treat each other. Same thing. And there's a disconnection between us and the planet. This is the source of all of our ignorance. We don't realize that the earth and us are one. We're one and the same. But because we have a disconnect between the weed plant and ourselves, that's why we get to treat the weed plant like it. Because it makes us feel good. We think it's okay. And like Master Pi said, that's why had me, because it made their life better. They had a disconnect through the skin color. So they use that as an excuse to say, oh, this is okay because it makes me feel good. And that's what we're doing with the weed plant. But because it's a plant, doesn't mean that we get to do whatever we want to do with it. It sounds crazy, but it's the same thing you would have to explain to a European. Right. Hey, it's not okay. They're not animals. Right. They're humans. This sounds ridiculous, don't it?
Yeah, it makes sense though. It's going together.
Right. Oh yeah, that's another thing about it. You get them back. You have to understand that when we take, you have to understand when we take from nature, you have to get back. When you eat an apple, get the seed back in order to plant another seed in order for another tree to sprout and produce. Because that's the exchange that we have, as well as the carbon oxygen exchange. We also have an exchange with our. We're actually supposed to, it's like every animal in nature, they give their pot back and their urine back to the soil because it helps create nutrient rich. When we empty our cup, we're actually letting out nutrients that doesn't get stored in the body, that's actually supposed to go to the earth to help fertilize the soil and help keep things natural and organic. So this is what we're supposed to be doing. There's a direct communication. When you understand your communication with nature, when you understand your communication with the tree and how you're supposed to get back, then you become more in harmony. Then you start to realize, wow, okay, this is something sacred. What we do, our sacred ways and how we were supposed to live has been taken from us because we vibrated in our lower self and we disconnected ourselves from nature. This is the result of what you've seen. And this is where you get people making dogs, their pets and shit like that. It's not natural. It's not natural.
I also want to say this, right? It's not safe. It's really not safe to be smoking weed. It's genetically modified by the government. If you get your weed, you're like, where did it come from? Where did that weed come from? What is the source of that weed, that marijuana? What you know the ingredients of that marijuana? It's genetically modified by the government. There is no more organic weed nowadays. They have hybrids and shit like that they make. So it's like it's not safe to even intake or ingest, consume marijuana anymore. It's modified. They put you in a state of. And then on top of that, right? If you're smoking, you're talking about smoke doesn't belong in the body at all. You're breathing backwards, right? So that all that time you were smoking, you're depriving your brain of oxygen. Therefore, you're going to be on a lower state of consciousness. You're not going to be able to take in more high frequency rays as far as like gamma rays and a heightened perception. So it's like you're actually going smoking. So then, right? There's something called cerebral hypoxia when you smoke. So it's like you're going to be able to look it up. It's basically you can get what is it? What are
the cerebral hypoxia? Basically, what it is when you're in an environment where there's not enough trees and enough oxygen to produce the brain waves. Basically, what happens is cerebral hypoxia is just a state of the mind that happens when you're not getting enough oxygen to the brain. So when you're in an environment where there's high oxygen levels, you don't have high carbon levels, and not enough oxygen. This is where it creates a mental disease within the brain where you're not vibrating at a high frequency, where you're not thinking clear.
like if you ever had a shortage of wind or a shortage of oxygen and your perception and your intuition, like the way that you're thinking is off, it's because you're not getting enough oxygen. Oxygen is very important for the cells in your body. It's very important for your brain because the oxygen is helping transport signals throughout the body in order for you to think. So you're not even sending signals. Your neurons because you're not sending signals to other neurons in the brain for you to think. So it's a very important thing. And this is something that the most honorable Prophet Leo Christ has been teaching and talks about in some of his downloads is the fact that when you live in a city, there are no trees. And what is the result of humans living in an environment where you don't have enough oxygen? And you can see the cities, you can see how tense it is, you can see how people are honking the horn, you're hearing all these unnatural sounds, people are stressed the fuck out. Right? You know what I'm saying? They're stressed. And this is not what we're saying we're supposed to be in.
So there's no trees, barely any oxygen, and you smoking Newports and marijuana. Mm-hmm. Your consciousness is very low.
Newport. I mean, I do stay in Michigan. We don't get it like so.
And that's a problem. That's a problem. It's a problem that you don't get estimated people, right? But when you have a lot of melanin.
Where do you guys live?
We live in Central America. Yep. Between the tropical Cancer and the tropical Capricorn is the highest light that the sun emits in the earth.
I thought that it was closest to the equator.
That's
Yes.
The Tropic of Capricorn is the natural ley line where all humanity belongs between. It's the highest frequency of sunlight being beamed to the earth plane.
Okay.
It is
Right.
the equator. That's fact.
The equator line goes like this. It's like a wave.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
right.
So,
Any more questions, though?
No, thank you. I appreciate
All
that.
right.
Thank you.
That was good. Good call. Next. Some people was asking some interesting questions, but like I said, if you want your question answered, the best chance you would have is call in because I might miss it. I seen some good ones, but I couldn't get to them in the moment. Try clarity again. Yeah. Some people ask some good questions, but I couldn't get to them.
and you can click on the people too. If they ask you questions,
I think that's the whole point of them commenting because they're too much of a coward.
Right. Well, if you do ask them a question, we might click on you or ask you to join. If you don't, then we're not going to answer the question.
Oh yeah, do bro man, no cap.
Bro, man.
That's it. Bro man, no
His
cap.
name. Is there a reason why you're not on camera?
Yo,
You're
oh, peace. I just want to ask a question about stop eating meat because I just stopped eating steak.
You got
I want to know how do I go about transforming from eating meat to not eating meat?
so bad. All you gotta do is get the B6 diet cookbook, right? The cookbook is designed for you to be able to transition to being a vegan and eat and like what you eating at the same time. Because a lot of times we end up falling back into eating meat because the food we eating don't taste good. Niggas feel like we gotta eat a lettuce sandwich. Ain't nobody trying to eat no lettuce sandwich, man. I ain't trying to eat. I want you to do, right? And it's designed specifically for melanated people. The vitamin B6 actually helps build melanin. It actually promotes melanin repair and reduction of melanin, right? So not only that, it's gonna make you feel good about being a vegan.
Yeah.
You don't have the carbonation B6 diet cookbook, do you? You don't have it.
Nah, I ain't even gonna cap to you. I know who Nature Boy is. I know who y'all is. I've been following y'all for not too long, probably like a week or so.
Chief.
Yeah, Chief. My bad.
Yeah, that's
But
right.
I just started following y'all page or whatever. And this is my first time ever on y'all live. You know what I mean? But I look at all y'all videos. You know that the people that don't like y'all post on YouTube. That's how I know who y'all are.
So you found through the trolls and the hater page.
Facts.
Right. That's what their purpose is. They promote.
Yeah.
That's what their job is. They don't understand that they're working for the most honorable prophet and Leo the Christ. The more they hate, the more they promote him for free. These niggas is literally working for free to promote the truth, and don't even know it. They think they're trying to destroy something, but the people want to pay attention.
Yeah.
Right.
That what made me pay attention.
Right.
Look,
Right. And look. And the Most Honorable Prophet Ezekiel Christ explained this recently, that the haters play as a barrier, right? So they attract and they deflect people who are too weak to think for themselves. So when people see the hater page, they're gonna do one or two things. Either they're gonna be interested and use their own critical mind and say, "Hey, I want to know what this is about," or two, they're gonna fall in line with the haters and get taken away from something that was designed for them specifically and for their best interest and their best benefit. See, you were smart. You didn't fall for the haters. You said, "Let me use my critical mind and see what this is about." And you ended up finding something that, like I said, was designed for you.
Facts. And I was watching y'all go, debate against people first before I got there request. And then, I wanted to see where y'all was. And I understand where y'all were. You know what I mean? I respect what y'all doing too, man. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
That's right.
What procedures I gotta go through to buy this cookbook though?
It's free. It's free. It's free.
Oh shit, it's free?
Yeah, but we don't charge. We don't charge. Nothing we do is for charge. It's not for profit. Not for profit. The cookbook is free. The music is free. The video is free. Everything is free. The only price you have to pay is actually apply it to your life. Right. That's the only price you have to pay. That's the only price. Yeah. So
all right, look, hold on. I want to say something real quick.
All right.
Cause y'all, everything y'all said touched me. Cause I ain't showing off for them, but I smoke weed and Newport. Look on everything. I ain't gonna smoke.
And the crazy part about it is, when we look at you, we see ourselves. The Newports, nigga, about 2 years ago,
yeah,
I was smoking them bitches too, bro. My fault. I was smoking them too. I was smoking Newports too. But I had to accept what I was doing to myself, man, on an objective level. I'm literally sitting here in my lungs, polluting my blood vessels, and making myself stay in a lower vibrational state. I had to tell myself, bro, you deserve way better than this, dog. Right? Yeah. You deserve way better than Newports and weed. Yeah. I deserve better than that, and I realized how much of a slave I was to the nicotine. Right, and to get high, I had to literally.
Hey, I'm a slave to getting high. I ain't even gonna lie to you.
Yeah, but
look, hold on. I'm gonna show y'all one more thing. Hold on.
Yeah,
right. Look, hold on. This how much time a week.
That's what I'm saying. No, man. No.
Flex the weed.
Flex the weed. Look, listen. And I'm using you, right? This is what the call is for, because you represent a lot of people in Babylon. What's your reason why you smoking weed? And I know why you smoking weed, because I told you I used to be in that position. You smoke weed because you trying to escape from dealing with something important in your life. And that's what every drugstore they want. It's escapism, bro. And it's sad that people have built the culture around with important issues. Now look at me. I ain't dealing with nothing in my life. I'm smoking. How is that cool? What is cool about not dealing with you? Look at me. I'm over here at the club, not dealing with myself. Look at me. I'm getting high, not dealing with myself. Look at me. I'm lighting up, not dealing with cool. It's not. It also has health benefits. Cop out and an excuse, bro. Stop looking at what weed is doing for you on a health benefit and figure out why you sick in the first place. Get to the source of why you sick and stop trying to cover it up with another cover up. The reason you sick is the environment you living in. If you left the environment, you wouldn't even need the weed. Right. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic, dog. That niggas is doing everything they can to not deal with the fact that you in an environment that's making you sick. But you too much of a pump to leave Babylon. You too much of a pump.
Look, the thing about Babylon, I don't really follow the rules. I don't really care about this. How I live. I ain't gonna lie to you. I live to support, my family. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find and live for myself. You feel me? I don't live for me. I live for everybody else. I could die tomorrow. You feel me? I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? I own my own business. I work through the government, because I'm stuck here. I mean, I could leave, but I got a lot of money over here. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this and then I'm gonna let you get it, dog. Because it's like like I said, you represent a lot of people that have a million excuses not to get up underneath their slave master. If your ancestors seen what you was doing today, would they be proud of you, knowing what the European did? Would they be proud of you living up underneath that system? Or would they be proud of you leaving and reestablishing the indigenous ways that we came from in the first place? Negro people disgust me. They disgust me with tributes, with their honors, with their t-shirts, with their documentaries. You disgust me. Because if the same ancestors you exalt and uplift saw you today, they would be sick that you still in the same position that we started from 500 years ago. And they would be disgusted. And you have a chance to leave. That is pathetic, man.
It's like
pathetic, dog.
It's like a wave. That's crazy you said that, because it's like a wave. Like, people wake up, right? We get to a pinnacle, right? We get to a certain point where it's time to leave. It's actually time to do something, like jumping off a cliff, but then you don't really do it. And that's the reason we get stuck. And people get caught up in these reincarnation traps. People get caught in these loops. People get caught up in NOI. People get caught up in the Moors. People get caught up in Pan-Africanism. They get caught up in all of these schools of thought. But these schools of thought aren't actually pushing you forward. I was in Babylon. Like you said, like, you were smoking weed, you were drinking, doing all that. Like, I did all that. I was drinking, I was smoking. I was actually a byproduct of my environment, from where I came from. I was sick. I was using weed and I was using other substances in order to escape my reality, because I wasn't facing the facts of what was going on. Very uncomfortable, as you should be. And if you're trying to make yourself comfortable in that environment, then you are just trying to negate the fact that you're not supposed to be living there. When you really, smoke clears and the high wears down, you start looking at life and you're like, what am I doing here? You start asking really good questions. You start looking around and you start wanting to seek answers. You're trying to find the truth. That's how you know you're pure soul. That's how you know you're someone that's here that was chosen and you're seeking truth. And that's exactly what I went through. I went through the field I went through, I think, Gregory. I went through all these schools of thought. These people had nothing.
I did too.
You see what I'm saying?
Dick Gregory was my hero for a long through high school.
You see?
It's like this, right?
But y'all, I ain't gonna lie.
Don't want to be here, bro. You really don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, innately, you rebel against the system. Like, you automatically don't like the government. And the reason being is because you don't belong there. You all black men that's in the U.S. and in Babylon, the States right now, high key, don't want to be there. And if you had a choice to be in nature and tropics or there easily, you would be like, I'm moving to nature. But you have excuses now. But listen, all you need is faith. That's it. That's really all you need is faith. And your attention and your focus, and put it onto manifesting your way and your family. If you really want to support them, take them to the tropics, take them in between the tropics of Cancer and the tropics of Capricorn, in between those ley lines, and come closer to what really you don't want to be there. You really don't. You would rather not. And it's like you have to take those steps, and faith is required.
I got one question I want to ask you. Just one question. If the system shuts down, government shuts down, what is the black people going to look like in that environment? But you're in your situation. What are we going to look like if the system shuts down? If everything shuts down, there's no more work, there's none of that.
Hey, see me, I'm gonna survive. You know what I'm saying? Because I know
you're
how.
Surviving though.
Look. But as a whole, we gonna fall rapidly.
You see what I'm saying? Right, exactly. And that should let you know right there. That's the key right there. When you get to that consciousness, when you get to that level of understanding, see, this is how God thinks, right? A God will think about things and have premonitions of things that are going to take place, so that you can position yourself in the best environment and put yourself in the best place, position to win. So you can look at that and you can be like, wow, the system. If the system falls, if everything happens, we're not going to be in a good predicament. That's why you want to get yourself to a better environment. You better look at the natural resources and the things that we're getting that are even fueling that environment come from the tropics. Everything you need comes from your natural environment.
Right.
Everything's getting imported. So for you to understand that puts you in a retro. If you look at every animal, right? Humans are part of the animal kingdom. Humans are animals. So if you look at every animal species, they have a natural environment. And in that natural environment, they have everything they need. So you, as a human species, you see what I'm saying? You got to find yourself the best.
I want to say something too, because a lot I can tell that a lot of people in the chat room, they really the fantasy world. The internet has created this fantasy world where people can escape and they don't have to deal with reality. A lot of people say they're gonna go back to primitive living. Okay. Niggas can't even cooperate on Black Friday.
Oh hell!
When the system shuts down and there's
Oh,
no
it's
more
over.
water and there's no more food, I don't know what it's already been shown to you. Purge 1, 2, and 3. People are going to be murdering each other for the little bit. You know what type of weed you're smoking? Where when the system falls, everybody's gonna come together and we're gonna work together and we're gonna figure this out. No, niggas are mad at each other on the way to work in their car when people ain't got no food, no light, no water. When the niggas in Detroit ain't got no more heat, oh, we're gonna come together and we're gonna go primitive living. We're gonna grow our own food. That's what we're gonna do.
That ain't gonna happen.
You're going to kill each other for the last remaining sources because your subconscious mind is still in a reptilian state. If a dude would step on my back for a PlayStation 4 on Black Friday,
and I'm
he would
playing the
blow my
PlayStation
head
4
off
right now.
for the last loaf of bread in Walmart when the government shut down. So live in your fantasy world all you want because you got lower self demons, which are a reflection of you, saying that, oh, I love a man that stands behind his family. Any man that accepts his so-called family in Babylon is not a man at all. Right? He is not someone who makes good chess moves. If the system falls, you want to be in an environment where food is growing abundantly, not where food is being imported on trucks and ships. Because when niggas ain't getting paid no more, ain't nobody flying us. Ain't nobody driving them ships no more. So if you look at Northern Hemisphere, it is not a place that has an abundance of food. All the water that you had is polluted. All of the sunlight that you need, it's not there. All of the oxygen,
look at.
You're in a literal prison.
Yeah. That's
You
what I'm
do
talking about.
not. Let's just understand. I'm leaving with this, right? And then we're gonna get somebody else in. Life is chess, bro. The position you're in right now as a piece on the board, you're not in a good position, right? Everybody that's trying to come up with these excuses on why we can live in Babylon are foolish people. They're very comfortable. They fat rats. When a rat gets fat, it's okay being inside the maze, until it wakes up and realizes that it's in a prison. But that's okay though. Everybody ain't supposed to make it. The reason that a wall is being built between your only escape from the United States towards the sun is not an accident. And it's okay. Keep playing your PlayStation. Keep watching Netflix. The police are beating people up now in the street. It ain't even been declared martial law. What do you think the military is for? To protect and to protect and to serve? To defend the country?
I was in the military too.
I was too. And for that money, and when the orders come, those soldiers will kill you. And all that support the troop stuff you were saying and waving them flags will not matter. Because nobody in the military has any nuts to go against that government as long as they've been getting fed, as long as they've been getting paid, it will blow your head off patriotism. So and they will put you happily detain you and put you in these concentration camps.
Real shit.
Happily, FEMA camp. They will happily put you there and say that and salute the flag while doing it.
Right.
You hear about it.
So play with it if you want to. I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna let you go. Nobody in Babylon has your best interest in mind more than you do. When the food get low, it's gonna be every man for themselves for himself. You gonna see who you're real when stuff get real. But that's okay. Stay in your fantasy world where you gonna survive, when you gonna build stuff, and you gonna redo America. Okay. Heard
Okay. Hey, I don't give a fuck about America. You hear me?
leave and
Leave.
when you truly, whenever you talk like you want something else,
No, they get my eyes. So
whenever you truly realize the environment you're in, the severity, you don't leave a year later.
Right.
You don't leave I got two. You be talking about I got a year or two. You leave immediately. If I told you there was chemicals in your room right now, how long would it take you to leave?
Oh shit. I'm getting out.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. I'm jumping out the
Same
window.
attitude you need to have in Babylon, all right?
That's a fact.
Hey, thank y'all. Hey, thank y'all, man. Hey, I'm gonna donate to y'all too, man.
That's right.
For real.
Yo, you spark me, bro. You spark me. Listen, who's your hair?
I'm about to
Bro.
accept them.
Hold on, before you do that, hold up, bro. Because I got mad things to say. Because, all right, for one, you are in a state of emergency right now. There should be a sense of urgency when it comes to leaving Babylon because you are in a very messed up place right now, and it's not a game. And if it failed right now, what position would you be in? What would the black community be in right now? You know what I'm saying? You would be in a very sticky predicament. You would, bro, it's that serious, and you should take your life that serious. If you're that, you know what I'm saying? If you take your life seriously, you should leave. We're in a state of emergency right now. And another thing that you cannot be a real man in that system at all. The real man is the white man, and you can look at it when you see the black woman providing for her, not you. It's the white man. That's why she's able to get so many government jobs fighting for you. You cannot be a real man in a system that's already doing it. That's an older man coming. You cannot be a man in that system. So if you really want to protect and provide for your family, you must move back to the tropics so you can actually be indigenous. Because right now you're in a fabricated system that's providing everything. Into the thing you said, this is a Stockholm syndrome. People are so comfortable. Stockholm syndrome is basically when you adapt the ways and the mannerisms. Basically, that's what niggas in the system, we're under a system where we were slaves at one point and now we're free, but now we're still in mental slavery. We still think that the epitome of success is basically Europeanism and white supremacy. In hip hop, we glorify it. We glorify white supremacy. I got the cars, the hoes, the clothes, new protect. It's like, bruh, no, that's not the way. So it's like, bruh, you gotta understand people are comfortable in their position right now because they don't know that they're in a state of urgency. They have no clue that if the system shut down, if there was economical collapse right now and the government shut down, that money was basically worth nothing anymore. Bro, you would be in a very, very messed up position as a community, as a human, point blank period. So that's why you must come back. And another thing you said, bro, the subconscious programming is preparing you for basically survival. That's why you have games like you know how they target the youth, bro. Fortnite, that's a battle royale. Every man for himself. The Walking Dead, Hunger Games, they have so many subconscious programming to get you like, bro, ready to kill people. Yeah, The Walking Dead is crazy. They're really subconsciously programming you to get ready for survive and not thrive. So it's like, bro, you can't be no man. You're getting subconsciously programmed and you have Stockholm syndrome. Point blank period. That's what I wanted to say.
Do Kimmy. Yeah, Kimmy McKenzie. 79. That's probably the nearest.
How you guys doing?
You're
I mean, I just started following you guys maybe about a couple of weeks ago, and some things I agree with, some things I don't agree with. But again, I don't know you guys' transition. But my question is, what made you guys transition to where you are now? I mean, all three of you. What made you guys want to do what you're doing now?
I'll keep it short so everybody can give their testimonies. So, I've always been a seeker of knowledge. I always wanted to know stuff. I'm a Gemini moon, so what gives me emotional satisfaction is knowing stuff, being interested in different fields of thoughts, who's thinking this and how do you get this, and just knowledge in general, right? So I was in the military for about 7 years, and I was doing information and research on and off, right? I was getting involved, like you said, with people like Dick Gregory, Dr. Umar, Brother Polite, just a bunch of people. I was just trying to know what other people didn't know. And so after a while, I started paying attention to the mindset of the people around me. And I realized that the people around me were like literal walking, talking robots for the TV. They only thought about what was on the TV. They only thought about what was on the radio. They only thought about the Super Bowl. And I realized, I was like, man, I'm the only person that has the ability to think outside of the literal television and the phone. My so-called Babylon family, I realized that they were zombies. They couldn't think higher than what the news was showing them. They didn't have any interest to find out things that mattered in life. They didn't have any desire to improve themselves. So I realized that I felt alone. I realized I was like, damn, I'm the only person around here that's not a zombie, that's not a robot. And so once I got into that lonely space,
You ain't a zombie. You look like a Walking Dead, my nigga.
when he was talking was speaking directly to me. It was as if me and him were the only two people on the planet that weren't dead. And so what he was doing was showing me out
Walking
of
Dead, boy. I'm telling you,
that
Walking
dead
Dead.
space. It was basically like someone blowing a horn,
Dumbass.
shining a light, like, hey, hey. It's like being in a space of loneliness, and there's this guy, hey, over here, it's me,
Right.
hey, I'm you. And I was
Okay.
like, okay. I was like, and it's like undeniable because when you listen to him speak, nobody else is saying it. Nobody else is doing it. And not only that, the what seals the deal for me is that he was from New York.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, you come from where I come from. So the attachment was great because not only did I have someone who was speaking to me, I was with someone or listening to someone that knew my struggle in its entirety. He knew what it's like to be in the military, to deal with relationships. He knew me in and out without me even knowing who he was. So I took the steps that he provided, and before I knew it, here I am.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to share my experience real quick with you because I came from an area where it was. Yeah, you come on. So basically, I came from an area where I was actually raised and I was adopted from Baltimore, Maryland. So I was raised in Maine. Maine is an area where there's a lot of white people, and I felt an outcast immediately. I felt like an outcast because I wasn't around people that looked like me. If you ever seen Kung Fu Panda 3, that's a representation of me because I was like the panda being raised by a duck. So I felt like I was a hardball. So in my environment, I was just like trying to search for anything that made me feel that could replace that hole inside of me. And I felt like there was a sense of longing, sense of something that I wasn't getting from my environment and the people that were in my environment. I wasn't getting something, like I was missing something. That's how I felt my whole time. You ever see those commercials where people are like walking around, moving really fast, and you're just standing there in the middle of the road? That's how I felt.
Yeah.
I was just standing there like moving by me, and I was just like, people graduating, people getting married, and I'm like, I'm still observing, and I was doing the smoking, and I was doing the drinking, and I was doing substances because that really helped me escape my reality, and it gave me a sense of like, oh wow, I can just do this, and I can feel great, and I would replace it. It would act as an aid to the feeling that I had, a sense of loneliness, a sense of like something that I was missing from my reality. So I did that, and on my journey, as I weaned off the drugs and the smoking and stuff like that, that's when I really started to find and search for knowledge itself. Actually, my Babylon sister got me into astrology. So I started a little bit into astrology. I was too hot. I said, fuck that. I searched the internet. That's when I found Dick Gregory, Bobby Hemmings, and Phil Valentine.
that's where I really got tapped and tuned into, you know, the Black culture community, because I was raised by white people that didn't have that. So I got tapped, I tuned into that. And that's when I started really researching melanin. I started trying to help out crazy ancestors. Bobby Hemmett had me going around spitting juice in all four corners of my room, doing all the I was doing all of that, and I was really in a weird predicament. And you know, as I did that, I found Chief. I found him online. It was through Facebook. I found him. He was going live. He was doing natural environment. He was talking about melanated you are. That means you need to be close. The reason why dark red pigmented people have bigger noses is because we're supposed to receive more oxygen to the brain in order for us to be able to breathe and think properly. You know, so he was saying things that I've never heard before, never heard before information. So I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, I ain't never heard anything on that. And on top of that, he was creating a movement. Bobby Hemmett, Phil Valentine, even the Moors, they weren't making no movement. I went for people that are Moors. I went to a shit of different kids. That nigga was trash. He wasn't talking about nothing. And I was even trying to see it and, you know, conquer his mind. I was trying to see it. And he wasn't moving anywhere. He wasn't doing anything. So that's what I did with people. If I saw you were intelligent, you were smart, I would test you just to see how smart you were, to see if your consciousness or your information could match mine, right? And Chief's information at the time, it took my mind somewhere else. I was like, yo, that's crazy. So what I did is I followed him, right? I followed all the knowledge. He had a step-by-step. This time he had already left, already in Costa Rica. He's gone, right? I've been following him probably like 4 or 5 months prior to that. So I took the information. He said, conquer all your attachments, quit your job, all that stuff. I literally followed. I isolated myself. I quit my job. I stopped hanging out with people that had no purpose for me. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped drinking. I stopped doing all that shit. I stopped. B6 diet. You know, all of that. I applied all of that to my life, and I aligned myself with the righteous path, with the right purpose, and what I'm supposed to do. And literally see my reality like a Rubik's Cube start to shift, and everything starts to lock into place. And I start getting my passport. Money starts coming to me. I didn't have a job for 4 months, and I blew on my ass job for 4 months. I was just going off straight hours. I was like, I'm gonna proclaim the kingdom. I'm gonna get my soul back. I'm gonna do everything I need to do. And the universe provided for me everything I needed. I purchased my ticket, shipped out a flight, and I wasn't even sure if he was gonna be there or not. I talked to him like mid-flight. Didn't know if he was gonna be there at the airport. Sure enough, when I got there, him and the Melon Nation at the time were there, and I was like, yo, it was just a really loving, fun experience. But one thing I want you to understand too is I've been here for 3 years. So there's a lot of people that have come and gone. You know, you've seen, if you've been following us, you've seen a lot of people have come and gone. And the reason that they come and go is because it's very hard to walk on this path. You have to face your demons. You have to face everything about yourself. This is not some, like, people look at carbonation and, oh yeah, y'all just doing that's easy. No, like when you get to nature, I'm rest assured, everything that you were programmed to be in that system, you really have to work on yourself. Or she just exited. Well, you know, all that generational curses, all that. You have to work on yourself. So come and go on carbonation. Best believe and know that they were weak. Because we're here to collectively convict the weak. So anyone that's not vibrating on a frequency and that's weak, don't fall to the wayside. You know, so 3 years and yeah, that should show you something. You know what I mean? If Tom's been here for 3 years, there must be a reason for him to be here. All these disciples, people here right now, there's got to be a reason for it. You know what I mean? And the people that left, I want them to know too. They're being convicted. You know what I mean? They convict themselves. You know, so that's my journey. That's how I found the knowledge, was just allowing me a sense of self, and really just trying to find my identity. And I found the prophet. So I get crazy.
All right. So you got a question on yours?
Same way.
All right, bet. So, all right, this is my testimony, right? So, person, I was looking for truth, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking outside the box. I never really trusted the government. So, like, conspiracy theories, like, what is the government up to? You know what I'm saying? And I was always on that type of vibe. I did not really mess with the government. I was like, they're trying to kill me, basically. And they are. They're really trying to kill me. So, come to find out, right? I'm, like, in 11th grade summer, too. And I come across this video about my higher self. Had no clue it was my chief. I had no clue how to do it. On the internet, I had no clue it was the most honorable, right? And I'm like, oh wow, this is man exposing the whole supermarket, the entire supermarket, how there's poison, everything, right? I'm like, oh, I gotta share this type. Like this is exactly what I've been trying to say my entire life, basically. They're really trying to kill us. The government is really trying to kill us because they don't care about us. They hate themselves. Anyways, right? So I'm sharing the knowledge and whatnot, and I peep that people don't really care about that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? People really don't. They have a million excuses to do the wrong thing, so they don't really care. So I'm over here trying to share knowledge that no one really cares about. So keep the knowledge to myself. I'm like, people really don't want to hear this. So I'm not about to talk about it. People's calling me crazy. I'm like, bro, this is facts though. Like, people try to debate facts and type. All right, so that's what I'm on, right? So I hit 12th grade, right? So now I'm still listening to the downloads. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't listening to them like all the time, but I was like tuning in where I could because I was still in my lower self. So then, right? It came to a point where I was like, I had graduated high school early, like a semester early, because I was smart. I was like, I'm a very intelligent person, so I graduated early. And I didn't really have nothing to do but work. So I'm working, right? A 9 to 5, saving enough money to do whatever I wanted to do in my life, right? So during this whole time, I had nothing but time. That's it, nothing but time. So this whole time, I'm watching Chief, like, just downloading and downloading and downloading and downloading. And the more I watched, the more I got convicted. The more I was like, when I got up in the AM, I'm like, what am I doing with going to work? Why am I money not? I don't even own anything. Like everything goes back to the bank. Everything. I was getting more and more convicted the more and more I watched. I was like, yo, I cannot keep doing this type of shit. I cannot continue to do the wrong thing now knowing the truth. Go back to nature. So I'm like, you know what? I quit my job. I became vegan. I tried to get people to come with me. I was like, yo, I'm about to go. Like, this is what I'm doing in my life. Like, I'm out. I'm bouncing. I'm going back to the topics. I'm going to Costa Rica and whatnot, right? So I ended up isolating myself the whole time, still watching Chief the entire time. So I isolated myself in Virginia. I had left Iowa and went to Virginia. So now, like, I graduated. I got to apply it. I'm like, because I'm not playing no game of life. I'm like, I know the truth. I know everything really about reality, thanks to the most honorable prophet. So I'm like, okay, I'm about to apply all this knowledge that I have. As young as I am, I know.
Yeah, them shits was they get in the way more than that. They get in the way.
I know, right?
That's a good way to talk. They get in the way. That was so simple.
They get in the way. But as I was saying that where was I at?
You were saying something about
Applying the knowledge.
no games.
All right, so play no games. So I was like, it's time to apply this knowledge. So this is what I was telling the last caller. I was like, yo, you gotta have faith because really, when you want to apply the knowledge, you have to like do the right thing, and that's gonna require faith and trust in the universe that it's gonna provide, right? So that's what I did. I quit my job. You know what I'm saying? I isolated myself, still watching Chief, still downloading. Only thing I'm doing is reprogramming my subconscious so I can match the frequency of nature, so I can get back to nature, right? So it got to a point where I was like, I got the money I need to leave, and I bought a one-way ticket to Costa Rica. I bought a one-way ticket. Now, if you know anything about leaving the country or anything like that, I have my passport, my tent. If you know anything about that at all, you cannot leave the States on a one-way. You cannot leave the States. So I'm like, it was 2 weeks after I had bought the ticket that I had figured that out. And at this point, I could not get a refund. So now I don't have no money. I'm like, damn, I'm out of money. I don't have any money at all. I'm like, damn, well, the only thing I can do is keep going. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. I was like, all right, I'm going to put myself in a position. I got a cash app, blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, that's what I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue doing the right thing no matter what, even if I don't have any money, because I know my true currency is cosmic. The only thing I got to do is be focused. Hey, cool, it's really time to apply the knowledge. So I give it like 3 days, like 2 days. I got all the money back, like all of it, it was like $300 or something like that. I got all of it back. I was like, whoa. And that's when I knew. And I hit up Chief. He was like, yeah, you can come through. I'm like, yo, I'm thankful. And now I'm here. And I've just been growing ever since. Like, I just been growing and growing and growing. But really, what made me come here was doing the right thing. Like, I could not live a lie knowing the truth. I cannot. You know what I'm saying?
That's great.
So it's like, what you say?
I ain't trying to dumb y'all down and shit.
Because you guys decided to choose your path and you made a transition and you're committed to it. But I've heard. I mean, I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm still learning.
Y'all want to listen to light skin girl? Y'all want to?
Time I got on and I seen this person, then again I get on again and this person is not there. So I'm like, okay, what's going on? Is it just that they're coming there for show, or are they really coming?
Universe coming in for
Universe. Say the universe came in for him. They ain't want to talk to her. She was too big for him. She was great big, was she? Yeah, they wasn't fucking with her. Look at True with his weak ass. Look at this dumb man. Look at the toilet, don't it? Look like he just jump head first. Look at that nigga here. Look at that nigga. Look at that nigga here. Oh, that nigga head done fell out of here. God damn. What the fuck? Look. Look, he got all puffs in. Look. See his power puffs? Look at Nubian. Look at the scam real, ain't it? Look. Ran that G, didn't it?
What I was saying is that they have people that come and go. You see, he's seeing people that come and go. So, are they really coming there to seek knowledge, or are they coming there just for a show up, just to come away? I mean, get away from what y'all call Babylon. But now, I have more questions like, are you guys into the Bible, or is this something completely different from the Bible?
We'll answer one question at a time. So I got you on that question.
Oh my God.
That come here that seek knowledge.
Oh my God.
So you saying like, why do people leave? Is that pretty much what you asked?
Yeah, we definitely know that was Solar in that damn picture. That picture they were talking about that was naked and shit. Yeah, that damn show was Solar because their ass just came back together.
Eventually, what happens because this environment is so pure?
So I guess somebody must have got their shit done over something or whatever. But they back.
Or they coming here for what? They want the scoop.
Solar ain't had no son. Look at his face.
Anything that comes here that is hidden, or what I'm saying, if somebody doesn't have a pure heart, it's always going to be brought to the, what I'm saying, to the surface. It's always going to be brought to the light. It's always going to be exposed.
Okay, cool. All right. What about the Bible? Are some of the things that you guys talking about coming from the Bible? I am not into the Bible like most people say. It's just something about it. Some of it doesn't seem right. It's not that I don't believe, but I'm not saying I do believe. I'm just like, I'm stuck in the middle. So some things, if it seems like it's right, I'm not saying that I'm going to follow, but sometimes it just seems like it's the right thing. So, would Paul them chief or prophet? I'm not. Is he quoting things from the Bible, or is this his knowledge that he's been seeking on his own?
Look, you got to acknowledge where the information got, where the Bible got its.
Now, let me interject for a second. Now, do you see how they just be like baiting people up with this shit? You see, like, it's not like an age limit that's set on us. There isn't even a level of intelligence, you know what I'm saying, that you got to have to be able to subscribe to fucking with nature, boy, and carbonation. But you see now, he be fucking up everybody. Yeah, he got his hand on everybody right now. Now, come on now. You expect her to be in the kitchen some motherfucking way. She out here fucking with Solar.
Put the information out there in the first place. And have them interpret what it's actually trying to tell you. There's a lot of discernment that is required. There's a lot of truth in these texts. There's a lot of truth in the Bible. There's a lot of truth in all of these texts. But you don't want to just believe it, especially the way that it's been given to you. There's a lot more to it. So we're looking at morals and principles. We're looking at the story of the Christ.
Morals over desires.
About a man named Jesus. You're going to have people talking about Jesus is king and thinking like, oh, well, this is turning into idol worship. We're not talking about a character. We're talking about a consciousness, the Christ consciousness. And we can break down the Christ consciousness and what that means. People, go ahead and ask your pastor. Ask whoever your pastors or whoever people are running the church, what is the kingdom of God? They won't be able to tell you what the kingdom of God is. the sciences, we've been able to figure out what that was.
He said, "I'm proud of my sons." You see that comment? Look at this shit. Look. Look what he said. I'm proud of my sons.
Knowing who you are. And you can figure
Oh shit. Look at that shit. Oh shit. That nigga said, I'm proud of my sons. Oh man, this shit is bad, man.
You said from you, Jesus the Christ, you are now God.
Okay.
That's the lie. That's the Antichrist. So discernment for real. This is for every text.
Hey man, smack that like button. It'll be like you smacking Solar straight in his motherfucking mouth.
What they get confused is religion, which is like politics, and spirituality confused. Spirituality is basically the study of energy and how energy flows. So what you should be doing is studying nature, because nature is going to show you how energy flows in the universe, how things work. And the study of nature is science. Simple as that.
Okay. Well, that's what's up. I have one more question, and I'm gonna let you guys go. Your families. I don't know who has kids there, or if you have kids, how was it for you to just leave? If any one of you guys have kids, I just want to know, how did it feel when you guys just decided to say, I'm going by myself, I want to take care of you, and with your family? How do you guys handle it?
All right, so for me, all right, let me tell you this. First off, every decision that we make is based on our knowledge. I'm gonna say that first and foremost. Every decision that we make, we strive to make the most objective decisions. So that means that aside from the emotion. Now, I will say, obviously, it's gonna be different. I believe it's gonna be a little easier maybe for the men because we're a little more detached. But at the end of the day, I'll say this, because I had 2 children in Babylon. I had a baby girl, I had a boy, and for me, it was like, I tried everything I could to take them along with me. It wasn't like I just got the knowledge and teach something. Leave your kids, just leave them. You know what I'm saying? That's not what the most honorable prophet of Christ says at all. What he says, anything that hinders you from entering into the kingdom, you must cut it off. Because it's better entering the kingdom missing a hand with my hand. You get what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, let my kids go was like cut my arm off. You feel what I'm saying? And I tried everything I could to work in politics with the mother to get her onto this frequency, but you can't raise somebody's vibration for them. Chosen or you not, you either get it or you don't. So for me, it became a test, because you have to hold the frequency and the knowledge, know that you're God and that this is a game. So when I'm realizing, I'm like, okay, I'm God, this is a reality. This is now becoming a stumbling block. So even though these kids look like me, even though I want to love them, I want to take care of them, I want to be there for them, at the end of the day, if I hold on to this attachment, it's going to keep me in Babylon. It's going to keep me in an environment where there's chemtrails, where, you know what I'm saying? It's going to keep me in that situation, and I won't be able to truly free myself. So if I really love myself, if I say I love my kids, then what I'll do is I'll free myself first. Hopefully that one day I'll provide a safe haven or something that they can come to, something they can see, oh, I see what my father represented. Versus it just being something like, oh, one of them fathers that's like, oh yeah, I knew about that knowledge, you know, I could have did it, but he got stuck up working a job and doing the Babylon thing. No, I didn't want that to be me. I'm not gonna let anything stop me. I'm gonna do what I know is the right thing. I'm not gonna give my energies to the system. I'm not gonna be a battery to the Babylon system, because at the end of the day, I gotta take it down for me. When I die, when I transition, it's gonna be for me. I'm gonna be held accountable for what I did, not nobody else. So I had to take that into consideration. This is all about securing your soul. That's the end game. So I kept in mind the end game. I looked at the knowledge that the most honorable prophet of the year of Christ gave me. And I said, you know what, even though this is going to be a hard decision, this is going to be the best decision. And so I'm going to have to make it.
Let me say, all right. Okay. So it's like we gotta exercise common. We gotta exercise the ability to explain things in a simple form. Just because something complicated doesn't mean that it's more intelligent or that it's something that is of greater value.
If you was going to the convenience store and you were leaving and you were going to your car to get in your car, and these 5 niggas was standing around like this, and he was standing in the middle talking to you like this, what the fuck would you do? Like, I'm just being honest. Like right now, just look at it. You ain't even got to hear him, but just look at it. What would you tell him? Just drop it in the comments. what in the entire hell would you tell True as trying to talk to you and shit?
The European system, the only thing our generations are doing are producing more ignorance, more ignorance, more ignorance. The generation today is the most ignorant generation because they're in the midst of all of the knowledge, and look at what they're doing.
I agree.
What our legacy being in Babylon, trying to make it in that system, has produced.
This
Single mothers equal retarded children. Men locked in prison equal retarded children. We're not building nothing by trying to hide behind these bank accounts and these buildings and these college degrees. When that system falls, everything that you try to build for your children will fall along with it. So why store this in the system that we know is designed to fail?
So
That's what I'm saying.
That's what. Well, I appreciate you guys answering my questions. I was just wondering, and I'm gonna continue to keep watching you guys, and I'm gonna say, you know, who knows? I might be trying to transition or something. Never know, but I appreciate it.
That's a fact. All right, no, myself.
All right.
True said that's a fact. Oh, little nigga soft as hell. They softer than a motherfucker, boy.
Okay, yeah, get that dude at the top. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Don't get no dude at the top and shit.
He might make it interesting.
Might make it interesting, guys.
I'm back. What's up, brothers?
Oh.
Yesterday. Okay.
Yeah. What's going on? Peace and love. Peace and love.
Hey,
Peace and love.
I cut you off. I think I cut. Did I cut you off, or did we go all the way through last time?
No, we went through and
That's
communicated.
You kind of said that I'm done when it came to the homosexuality portion. You was like, okay, I'm cool off that. But now I guess you want to go back into that, or you have another point?
How you know that?
Y'all said that all men have a G-spot, right? And they ain't them?
Yeah. That's to get people to understand that two men having sex is not something that's based on like blasphemy or an abomination. Nature has specifically designed a pleasure zone in that area for men who are bisexual. That's it.
But you don't agree that, I mean, you don't agree that's where that's where your ways come from, right?
No, see, the thing is, right? The only reason that you look at it as waste is because of what you're putting into your body. What comes out of your anus is waste. What comes out of a natural organic body is something that is soil. Because how is it waste? When you say waste, that means that what you're referring to no longer has any valuable form. But because it is it's to be recycled, it's for the trees, it's for me to give back to what I take from the earth. How can it be called waste when it has a function that goes on after it leaves my body?
Okay.
When it came out of my body, it would have no other function. It wouldn't have no other purpose, and therefore it would be waste. But you clearly know that the earth breaks down our soil and reproduces, turns it back into fruit if it's a fruit tree.
But what about the doodle hole though? When you getting hit in the butt, that's what we talking about.
You have something that
we're not talking about the feces, sir. Sir, we're not talking about the feces, okay?
So y'all agree that it's okay for a man to be a deal for the man, pretty much. So be clear on that, right? That's fine. Okay. Let me ask y'all one more question because I know y'all got a lot of people. I hear y'all talking about a lot of spirit. Right?
Yeah.
What's the difference between spirit and soul?
That's a good question. Beautiful question, right? So, you want to go?
Yeah. A soul is what you are. Soul is the sun. You are a soul. You are a part of the sun, right? Spirits are thoughts. Spirits are really just thoughts. So, as a soul, you are a collection of spirits. You are a collection of thoughts. You are a collection of many, many different thoughts, which makes up your soul. So, your spirit is nothing more than energy. God is energy. So, thoughts are also energy. So when you're saying what's the difference between a soul and a spirit, you gotta acknowledge the solar system. I am a person. You see, these are all different persons. These are all souls. They're different souls.
And we all, when you take on a thought, a certain thought, right? This is the gas form. This is like light. This is energy. And you take on that thought, you hold on to the thought, you focus on that thought, right? Then you vibrate at the frequency of that thought. This is when you say, oh, you've been possessed with the spirit, because you have a certain spirit, it's a certain thought that you're playing out.
Oh my God, man.
Through your soul.
This shit crazy, man.
Is what you are. You are the walking, talking son. The bone, blood, and breath. Soul, son. That's what you are. We're all different persons. A spirit more than a thought. And the more energy you put, the more.
Nah, this the dude from the other day that when Pisces was on here, when they all was on here, when Pisces started talking about the homosexual stuff, that's when he got off the phone.
Like, oh, that's a demon. I'm not telling that person that they are a demon. I'm telling them the spirit that they're playing out, their behaviors, the thoughts, the spirit that they have.
All in circles.
And that's a certain frequency of thought. So there's different frequencies of thought. They're either closer to truth or closer into an illusion. However, you are a soul. A soul is a collection of spirits. That's what you are.
Okay. Cool. So y'all believe that y'all say y'all believe into the Christian thing, right? The Bible, right?
Yeah, the Christ consciousness.
The Christ consciousness.
Right. The
But it's
Christ
not
consciousness.
confused with Jesus.
Right.
No, I understand that. I heard you talking about that on the last one. Okay, we good on that now. Y'all do know that you know what Christ derives from, right? You know it's like the Christian come from the Christian brothers, right?
Okay, I get what you're trying to say. You're trying to say as far as it goes in the context as it relates to the European.
Yeah.
But we're trying to tell you that prior to the Europeans' involvement with creating the Bible, that story already existed in Egypt as far as in worship.
It's all about the sun. It's
all about the sun.
What you're talking about right now? That's talking about the sun. This is the return of the Christ. This is the return of the Christ consciousness. It's a certain frequency of thoughts being put out by the sun right now. And this is what it looks like. This is what the Christ looks like. That book that you read, everybody thinks that everybody is, waiting for something to fall out of the sky magically. This is what it looks like. This is what the Christ consciousness looks like. People who are awoke, who understand I am everything and everything is me. People going around, disciples going around, teaching, proclaiming the kingdom, telling you, hey, did you know that you are God? Wake up. Did you know that you are in control of your own reality? This is what the Christ looks like. This has happened time after time. It's really nothing new. This story is it's not literal. So don't worry about no European Christ brothers or any of these gods. This story's been told 1,000,000 times over, and it was really taken from melanated people anyway. They're the ones who interpreted it in the first place. All information is coming from DNA. Right. So yeah, don't get too caught up in that. Just understand that it's a consciousness, it's a frequency of thought, and Christ consciousness is all the way in the truth. We are completely in the truth. This is what it looks like. From our hair, even our hair.
Okay.
You can tell somebody's frequency based on how they hair, like how they treat their own body, what they eat, their behaviors, what they do, who they surround themselves with.
So y'all pretty much religious. Got like y'all religious, pretty much, right?
Not in a traditional European standpoint that you may be coming from.
No. I know it's going to be religious. I say, if anything, we're spiritual. Black people, African Americans, do not have any spiritual teachers. The Honorable Prophet, Eligio the Christ, is the only spiritual teacher that we have. He is the only spiritual teacher. All the teachers, what are they really leading you to? They're actually making you better batteries for the European system. They're actually telling you just enough to go back to work. They're just motivational talkers for real. They're false prophets more than anything. You got people like Young Pharaoh who have knowledge, but they don't give you anything because they just want to make that money off of you. They just want to make that money. Even Farrakhan, even the Nation of Islam. The Nation of Islam, they actually used to have a movement, but not anymore. Now they just talk. They just meet up and talk about making money, talk about doing the same thing the European is doing. And they're really not leading you anywhere. What we are doing is an actual movement. It's hard to follow us. A lot of people don't want to follow us because it requires a movement. You can't just watch us. This is why we have so many haters, because niggas is convicted. You can't just watch us and be like, oh, that's that. No, people got to find excuses and reasons to not do what we're saying, to not do what we're doing. They feel like they can't do what we're doing, from attachments to whatever they got going on. Usually it's attachments, money. They think they got to run that business. They think most people don't know that they're the only thing in existence, which is why these 5 sciences are so important, because all there is you. Everything is a projection of your soul. Remember how we spoke about that? You can really, if you look at your natal chart, this is why natal charts are important, because you are the sun. You will see every person around you, everything that you're going through is a part of your program. Right? Everything that you're experiencing is actually a projection of your own mind. So we are actually an aspect to you. It's just what you do that really matters. You know what I'm saying? It's not about what you have in front of you, but what you do with what you have.
I got something to say real quick too. Real quick, to make an easy distinction as well, because I know you said the religious thing. The easiest way to make that distinction is like, you see like these religious, so-called religious teachers, right? Just ask them why they do what they do and let them give you like a logical answer. So why ask these Buddhist people why they cut their hair? You think what I'm saying? Like ask why they do what they do.
I know for me, just knowing thyself, I know that religion creates division. So I really don't, indulge in different religions, because at the end of the day, it's all the same. Everything is all in peace. Ain't neither one of them books telling you to go out and harm nobody or nothing like that. So at the end of the day, it keep people in bondage because it keep people waiting and idolizing something, like you said, like, because y'all say that we are the son, we are the God, which means you are individual. We are the independent gods. I just don't understand how another man on earth that's walking just like you and think that he can receive more messages than what you can, or make him more close to God.
You did answer your own question, but it's like you don't understand it, because a part of you is having trouble realizing that you are everything. Because if you really could realize and understand that that's me, right? And you see another person, another version of yourself that sparked you and made you better, why would you have a problem honoring yourself in that form?
That's you. That's you. That's a reflection. It's a reflection of you. To honor another man, to honor you, is to honor myself. If you, what was the most important commandments? To honor thy God, love thy God with all your heart. What's the second one? Just as important as the first is to love your brothers and sisters, your neighbors, honor your neighbor the same way, because they are God. He is God just as much as I am. So if he's a projection of my mind, doesn't that mean that he's me? No separation. So what he knows, why would I not utilize that? Everything that we're going through, we put it online. We put this online. Go ahead.
And the only thing that's stopping you too is like people, I've seen somebody say ego. But anyway, it just sparked me. It's like people say, oh, get your ego out the way. Like the thing that's stopping you from honoring another version of yourself would be pride. It'd be pride. But what you want to happen is you want to have an expansion of yourself. So you want to be able to have your mind expanded to the point where you can really realize, yo, that's me. I honor this. How you gonna get a piece of fruit from a tree and you honor that tree, but you get knowledge from another man, as y'all like to say, but you can't honor that version of yourself. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying?
I just want to introduce, because what the Most Honorable Prophet, Christ is doing is exposing the level of self-hatred amongst African Americans, right? Because the thing is, when Black people are given a certain status, it convicts us based upon how we feel about ourselves. If I said that somebody was my coach, niggas be cool. If I said that this was my mentor, people be cool. If I said that this was anything other than my higher self and my Messiah, it's okay. But when you put a Black man who is subconsciously introduced as a thug, a gangster, an enemy, a threat, it makes people look at this as if, oh, you must be crazy. Because my program leads me to understand that someone who looks like the Most Honorable Prophet Christ as an entertainer, a basketball player, who does think he is to be a Messiah? This literally goes against the program of African Americans, because we have been conditioned to keep ourselves and our significance to a bare minimum within the European agenda. As long as you dribbling a ball, you good. As long as you running, you good. As long as you wearing these suits and typing on a computer, you good. But don't you ever think that you can have the audacity to exalt yourself
to the position of Messiah. And all that is exposing self-hatred. The comments is self-hatred. It's all spewing out. While we trying to walk around like we so classy and educated, we hate everything. And the most honorable prophet, Ezekiel the Christ, is doing the most amazing job exposing this so and stop living in the loop. That's one thing I want to add to that too.
What's up, bro?
I just have one thing I want to add to that too. We have to understand that the most honorable prophet, Ezekiel Christ, is someone that has been ordained. Just like you have a professor or you have a dean of a school who's been ordained a certain amount of power, a certain knowledge that they teach. This is exactly what's going on right now. And like I said, so a lot of people can't accept that. Can't accept it when it comes to a dark melanated man. He's been ordained through his astrological program to be able to understand certain things. Just like melanated people have the ability to interpret nature because of our melanin, our ability to connect to nature and be able to interpret it for what it truly is. The most honorable prophet, Ezekiel Christ, is someone who's actually able to do that. A lot of people don't have the right perception or the right interpretation of what nature truly is. That's why we take and utilize pieces and parts of the Bible. We'll take stuff, 5 sciences, and we'll utilize that as an art in order for us to be able to paint a picture of what reality truly is. That's why you see all this information scattered across the internet, because you have people with a lower level of intelligence trying to divine. You have to have a divine being that portals in that is literally designed or programmed to be able to understand and bring forth the truth. Just like you have certain information that other people may not have, and you have to be the bearer, you have to be the keeper of that to be able to express that to people for people to understand. And that's what's happening right now. A lot of people can't accept that, but if it was a position where someone was in a school and they were teaching science class, or if it was physics, it would be a lot more easier to digest. But this just happens to be real life. And we have a prophet here who's coming to bring a message that's stronger and holds more weight than anyone out there. Packs harder punches than anyone out there, because it requires you to change. And it makes you look at yourself and think upon yourself, think about life, think about reality, So that's really what it is, man. Like, you have to understand what the most honorable prophet chief is bringing to the table. No one's bringing. Farrakhan ain't doing shit. Dick Gregory ain't doing shit. I think he transformed. No one's doing anything.
Transform.
What kind of legacy did he do? You know what I'm saying? What legacy of
Man, don't you ever disrespect Dick Gregory, you tired ass nigga.
Nothing, Jack. And then there are all these people that are caught up in the system, and they don't have a sense of direction. And that's why you need the most honorable prophet, Christ. He's giving you a sense of direction. He's giving you purpose. He's putting that battery in your back, not for Babylon, but for nature, and understanding who you are to enter your own kingdom of heaven. That's what it's all about, brother.
Okay. I got you, brother. Well, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. Peace and love, brother.
Right. Just like anybody else, make it this hard. You gotta do something about it now. Now you know better.
No debate.
Now you know better.
Is all around.
I love my song.
It's good, bro.
How are you guys doing? I'm writing right now, so while everybody's talking, I'm just brainstorming and stuff. How are you guys feeling?
Good.
I'm feeling good. I was just these past couple days, I've been like planning my music, because I do music. I've spoken with how do you guys refer to, how do you say the honorable elite?
The
honorable elite prophet.
Most honorable
Prophet Ezekiel the Christ. My fault, guys. I didn't expect you guys to just call. I was like, I'm releasing an album in the end of this month, and these past couple of days, I've just been getting this voice in my head just saying, "Let go and patience." And I just like never letting go a lot. But
look crazy though.
Especially releasing this music, I feel like I'm giving. How you fucking say it, bro? I'm giving myself that push in the sense that once I release my music, I can start moving everywhere and get this residual income, then start, you know.
That's not what we teach.
It ain't what we teach.
And I've been following the video for like a minute now. I've seen the whole drama. Free view.
You been following who?
Huh? I've been following Carbonation for a while now. And I've been seeing Tron, how he's grown so much. Yo, Tron is big boy. I'm feeling real grateful. I love myself. I didn't really have no question. I just wanted to talk.
Yeah, bro, put your music out for free, yo. Do what you do from the heart, my nigga.
Come on, go get her.
Make sure you honor the source where you got the information.
Chanel, get your nephew.
Always honor the source.
Your nephew.
And try to implement the message.
Well,
Yeah, exactly. I
Because
mean,
guess what?
implement it every angle.
Hey, bro, when the thing about it is, and I talked about this other day, but like when you transition, you know you're gonna be held accountable for everything you did, right? So imagine this, right? This is how sensitive it is. Imagine you put out a post on Facebook that's like, I'm depressed, I want to kill myself, and you being racist, and you just saying dumb shit at all online, right? When you transition, everybody that's post affected, you're gonna be held accountable for. So if 20,000 people see that post,
You getting high.
You're held accountable for that. You feel what I'm
They
saying?
get high online.
Frequency, you have to store your choices to happen. So imagine when you make you're worrying about the money.
He on that bag, look. He on that bag.
What's going to matter is the end is soul. You know what I'm saying? So put that shit out for free. Don't try to implement the message. Don't put out nothing that's talking about no dumb because you're gonna be held accountable for that, right? And this is being recorded, so you hearing this. If you put out anything from this point on that's dumb shit, your ass gonna get it. You know what I'm saying? So don't do that shit.
Of course. I feel as if every lifetime we're just we are basically what you just said, as if everything that you're held accountable for here is as if all the spirits that you release your son in this time will be creating the temperature in the new sun for the next reality.
He in that sniffing Tylenol DMs and shit.
Like, regeneration, degeneration.
It's karma. Right, it's karma.
Hey, the most honorable prophet of Leo said, go ahead and spit some bars.
Go spit some bars?
Right now, on the line.
I see that notepad. You got something right there.
Spit some bars. Spit some bars. He hit. Look at her. Look.
Listen very clear. Listen to my words. I move different. Others call it I word. I don't wait to be great. Nigga, I drive first in the Benz. I escape. All the bitches high alert. I really got the time for that. I can do what I can do. But let me sing my fucking blues all night, all day. Hey, yeah. I don't really like to predict, but I really like to vindict all the beliefs that have me lit. But I don't really give a shit. I'm living a new day. I don't really care what you say. Hey, I don't really care. Nah, music from the Oh yeah, of course. I'm definitely aware. I'm telling you.
Did you say you could get away?
I'm here right
Get away in a van?
They say stop.
Right now in Babylon, due to some karmic debt that I had to get over.
No. Nature boy gonna blank on all of them. Look, no. Look at Chief. No. They gonna get in trouble. They gonna get in trouble. Better get him off that newbie. Uh-oh. Nature boy might come down there.
It's being much more pinpointed and focused. We out here. And at least you already know what's up. I'm from New York, so he already knows the energies.
That's what it is. Much love, brother. Hey,
much love.
I love myself.
You already know he from New York. Look at y'all. Ooh, look at little spook. Look at little spooky.
What did we just tell you?
Little spooky.
Keep going.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
down.
fuck.
Oh, you look like J. How y'all living? Good, you know. Feeling like the higher self up in that bitch. What are y'all gonna drop a tape, like a collective tape?
We might.
Are y'all about to drop a collective tape?
You know, like an album mixtape.
Right now, I don't know. Probably in the future though.
Hey, who be mixing and mastering over there?
You already know
that. Oh, no? Yeah. Okay, what y'all be using? Logic?
Yeah, we mix on Logic. Yeah.
Wait, what?
It makes it Logic.
We mix on Logic. Yeah, Logic.
Hell yeah. That's what I be working on for too.
Well, that's what it is.
What?
Nah, go ahead.
Oh shit! No, I was just tapping in to see what's up with y'all, man.
Do you have a question about
Wait, what is it?
You got a question about anything I was said?
Shoot. Man, not really. Man, I was just trying to tap in with y'all, let y'all know it's love over here.
Nathan boy say, get him out of here. Get him out of here. Peace, God. Cause Tron be the one doing the most jacking. He be rubbing his shit back there. Oh hell. What nigga here? Good God.
I wanted to ask y'all, man, because they got that Popeye chicken craze going on over there, and I already know it's coming to warp there.
Technology, that's a fact.
What's getting me is how we are so vibrating so low that we can't see it. That's a fact. What's y'all take on that, man? Like, how can we combat that type of blatant chemical attack on us without no type of resistance? You know what I'm saying? Like, we promoting it. Like, even all the celebrities and all of the so-called leaders, they going to get their chicken sound, making sure they you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So that was my question to you guys. Like, what's y'all take on that?
Well, you gotta leave that environment. Yeah. You got number one. You need to tap in the teach. You need to tap into the to what we teach. Like, we got 1,000+ videos. We actually got a video addressing Popeyes directly, showing you how to figure out how DNA works. So if anybody ever wants to control, you can literally explain to them with biology, actual irrefutable facts of how that is actual mind control. Deeper than having the knowledge is
that's a black Bruce Lipton.
What's the change? What move do I make? You need to leave that environment. It is winter right there. Your genes are being turned off. Popeye's chicken or not. You are somewhere you ain't supposed to be. You are a melanated man. You're gonna have a vitamin D deficiency. You already do. You're supposed to be getting UVB sun rays. There's a number of reasons why you shouldn't be there. Getting away from Popeye's chicken be one of them. You should be living in the tropics. Your food is here. All of your food is here in the tropics. This is where all the green is. This is where all the trees are. This is where all life is in the tropics. The reason why you eat chicken, the reason why people eat Popeye's chicken out there is because they're away from their food. That's what the predator is eating to survive. And you should be thriving. So number one, get your ass to the tropics. Number two, actually number one, this is real number one, is go study what we teach online. Go to Carbonation TV, watch the videos. Like, that's what you really need to do. Understand yourself. Understand how you are God. Yeah.
I'm gonna say something real quick because I be trying to get people to understand stuff like simple, man. It's like we be so information, the answers have to be in complicated form, right? you in your house or apartment or whatever right now, right? So I come to your house and be like, hey man, you got it's a toxic gas leaking in your room in your house right now. How long is it gonna take for you to leave? Well, I mean, what you gonna do? Like, what do you think? What now? If I come to you and be like, sir, you have a toxic chemical leaking throughout your house, what you gonna do?
Honestly, I hear you, and I'm allowing myself to be distracted.
You know what I'm saying? But you gonna leave the house, right? You gonna leave the house. Yeah. So the same thing to you on a macro scale. If there was a toxic chemical being flooded throughout your house, you would leave like that moment, that day. You would immediately do something about it. You wouldn't have to question. But the same thing is happening in your environment. From the GMO food is being flooded in your environment. Your water is being flooded with chlorine and fluoride. Your air is being polluted with chemtrails. There's sunlight and carbon. Your sunlight is everything in your environment is literally trying to destroy you. And I don't know why people act like it has to be something difficult. But if my environment is trying to destroy me, the greatest solution would be to leave. I'm not about to go talk to the corporation because I know the corporation is based upon profit and not my well-being. The corporation don't care about you. They care about money. You can die every day. Your children can die. Your children can be retarded. They can be whatever. And as long as I'm making money, I'm cool in that system. So don't even try to vote. Don't try to fight. Don't try to argue. Because if you look at black people, if you want to go back in the history, you're so in depth with
I just want somebody to slap the hell out of True.
Movement and organization. We have already tried everything, bro. And the only conclusion that has been
look like if a motherfucker just slap True, he ain't gonna do nothing but just fall on the ground and ball up.
Organization is that you cannot prosper and succeed in that environment. You fail. Black people trying to be European is like a duck trying to be a tiger. It is not in your genetic makeup to do that. You get what I'm saying? The best thing you can do is simply put, leave.
Now, I want to add to that. There's one thing I want to say.
True, sit your ass down,
a lot
man.
of people, they want to try to support that, or they want to, because they're in the system. A lot of the things that's common thing that's going on with black people right now is we're trying to beat the system. We're trying to be like, oh, well, we're going to beat our oppressors, or we're going to be there. We're going to, fight with guns and all that shit. One thing I want you to understand is that's not going to happen. First, you have to understand that the gun you're trying to go against the system with is the one they gave you the guns. They put the guns in the community, they put the drugs in the community. They did everything to, you gotta understand that. Like, everything that's happening right now is because of your oppressors put you, which is actually reflecting you, but on a deeper level. But you have to understand that they put all that stuff in there to experiment to see how you want to react. Now you want to try to bring an uprising against. You've seen the uprisings in other countries. People trying to, Venezuela, people trying to go
uprising.
You see what happens every single time is get down and lay down. The Moors right now are trying to create, oh, well, we're natural citizens and we're going to get
Nature Boy say he building this bond with his wives.
And second, you can't beat the system. You have to understand that the system's going to self-destruct and destroy itself. The best thing that you can do is leave that environment, leave the system. It's literally like a cancer to the body. And like a cancer in the body, it destroys itself. The cells will destroy and self-destruct. So you have to understand what kind of cell you are in the body is all symbolic. You have to understand what kind of cell you are in this earth body that you're living in. You should leave. That's the best thing you can do for yourself, brother. Don't try to stay there, fight all that shit. It's not gonna work, bro. With martial law hits the streets, which you already had.
Nature Boy say, can't you hear me talking?
Get indoors and he asks you questions. This is how it's gonna be. So, best thing you can do for yourself is get you.
He said I downloaded my message in my sons. Oh my God, you hear that? He said he downloaded his message in his sons.
I got one thing I want to say.
Y'all ain't see that shit.
Basically, at this, it's all about reprogramming your subconscious mind. The fact that we're talking about the chicken sandwich, the most honorable prophet Leo Christ did a video talking about geoengineering in that video, and it's we don't have to be beat anymore like it's slavery. They're coming to control us from a way that is going to tamper with our subconscious, meaning that they're going to feed us food that has microRNA in it that's going to control our biology, that's going to control our behavior truly. This is how they're truly controlling us. They don't need to come up to us, oh, get down, lay down, da, 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 da. Nah,
They're doing it through your food, through your music, through your water, through your sunlight, through all of that. So yes, the environment that you're in, you need to change that. And you're not going to change that unless you consciously make the effort to do that. Unless you really get up in your life, separate yourself from people, isolate, then reprogram knowledge. With the knowledge, that's how you truly going to be able to get out of that system. Because once you leave, you can leave America, but you can still have that Babylon programming with you. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta give yourself the knowledge, all of that knowledge, and you have to eat.
Caliber got that dirty ass taco meat on his chest.
You have to
look at that shit.
Your whole lifestyle, man. You feel what I'm saying? So that the chicken sandwich, that's just there to.
You reading the comments, Nature Boy say True Tron and Solo his best students. Say True my number one, then Solo. Say then my new.
I know Chief had to touch on that.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Chief touched on it.
The truth about Popeye.
The truth about Popeye. Nah, I miss. I'm still over that. I've been 20. What was that? Y'all transformed me from last year. I'm working on. Matter of fact, this month will make a year. I isolated myself last year for 5 months. Job, that's my career. You dig?
You dig?
I pull back with the family. I given them one more chance. So that's where I'm at right now. You know what I'm saying? I got them out the city. I got them around more trees and grass. You know what I'm saying? I got them out the city and I put them in the suburbs. You know, came a little south. So
that still ain't cut it.
But my head is exploding. This ain't even enough. Honestly, I don't even think I can wait for them to catch up to what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Don't wait.
So listen, Reflections, I'm lit. Like I'm looking right at myself. When y'all first came on, I'm looking dead at myself. That's where I'm at right now, just to keep it slow with my reflection. I'm looking at y'all and I gotta be honest with myself. I left my career. I ain't no money anymore. You know what I'm saying? I'm utilizing the money, you know what I'm saying, for what it's worth, you know what I'm saying, to give me my food. Straight vegan, you know what I'm saying? I haven't eaten no beef and pork for decades. But as far as like the chicken and fish, I left over here. That's what you know what I'm saying? I've been going through the ups and downs, the valleys, you know what I mean? The music, that's all I listened to that for like damn near 9 months. That's it. I ain't listening to nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm right there. I'm just that. I got that last. How would I say? Distraction. You know what I'm saying? I just got a little boy right now, and I'm trying to get him to come with me, but it's hard. Because I'm there. I'm there.
They don't want you over there, man. They ain't even smashing nothing. You ain't hitting nothing either.
Now that I tapped in, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue tapping in, and I need to be fed.
You dig? You dig?
I'm hungry. You know what I'm saying? Nothing else is here.
Money in the middle. You dig?
I'm a fish out of water. You know I'm at right now. So I went to Costa Rica. I've been there twice already this year. You know what I'm saying? The first time I left and I didn't wash my hair until I got it. And then I went back again. Took my lady there so she could see what's going on, you know what I'm saying?
There goes Serenity.
I'm here right now, man.
I got sideways toaster.
You guys are just, you know what I'm saying? It was a blurry picture. You know what I'm saying? Everything from the astrology, the grounding, the holographic universe, the melanin. You know what I'm saying? What was it? Astrology,
On the physics.
So I've been tapping into all 5 sciences. I've been studying what you guys been giving me.
Let your boy say he ready.
You know what I'm saying? And so one thing, you catch something else, who's lifting, and following all of that, astrology.
Cool.
And did my birth chart and all that. With life, you know what I'm saying? But I'm trying patient that's keeping me from jumping. You know what I'm saying? I need to get on top of that because that's my last.
And broke up on him. He was trying to get in.
Anything that hinders you from the kingdom.
That's an debilitation.
Cut that shit off.
You gotta let go with
Cut that shit off.
Caliber look like a little dirty, like a baby with a little dirty pamper on, don't it? Kool-Aid running out down his stomach.
Hey, peace.
Peace, God.
How y'all been, man? How y'all been?
Good.
Good. I just had a question on what Truth touched on. He was talking about kids that are born with like mental disabilities. Is that something from the system, or is that something that's natural?
No, it's from the system. Well, everything is natural, like you were saying. The system through the genetically modified food is playing with the organic readout of certain genes. Like, for example, we're talking about the Popeye's chicken sandwich. The way people are responding to this sandwich is that their genes are being manipulated. And we know that genes are information and genes regulate our behavior. So what I am is a literal expression of DNA. My genome is the way I think, look the way I look, act the way I act. It's all connected. There's no separation. You have people, for example, who are doing things that are going against themselves. This is a result of damage. This is a result of damaged DNA, unnatural gene selection. Bad information. So when people are being retarded, it means that their genes are retarded because people are expression of their DNA, and genes are the information that regulate the behavior.
It's karma. It's a direct result of previous behavior. So it's karma.
Don't ever let nobody tell you that the way people
Quayso, you got one more. You out the ditto, all right?
that it's just, nature selected this. No, people's genes are being specifically targeted through these foods. The fact that you're not getting the proper amount of oxygen, sunlight, water, the things that actually activate our genes to its fullest capacity. When I was in Babylon, I was retarded because my genes weren't properly activated because a cell is only a reflection of their environment. Because you live in a retarded environment, the music is retarded, the food is retarded. What you're doing with your energy, the job you do is retarded. The religions are retarded. So therefore, the cells must match that environment and display themselves as retarded. Yet, when you move to a natural environment closer to the sun, natural and pure water, straight from the source as far as food and vegetables are concerned, then you start to heal. You start to shut off those retarded genes, and you begin to activate that was already there. Epigenetics. That are your environment. Tell them about epigenetics, about how we are not restricted to the genes that we are activating in that.
So check this out, right? You're not controlled by your genes. Epigenetics means above genetics. So that means what is controlling your genetics, right? This is your environment. Your environment. You receive signals. You have 5 senses. You can receive all kinds of signals. Everything is just electromagnetic. It's just signals. So the way that you perceive these signals and how you take these signals in, what kind of genes you turn on and off. If you're in a high stress environment, there are certain genes that are going to be turned off because you're not going to need those here. You're busy surviving. You only need these basic few genes. So you're cutting off intelligence. All these different abilities that you have. Behaviors and things that you could be playing out in this environment, they're of no use. So you don't use them. For example, you leave the tropics, you get away, melanin starts to leave. You no longer need melanin. So it turns that gene off. When we know that melanin is how we connect to the universe. So if you're in an environment you don't belong in, you're in an environment away from the sun, epigenetics says, okay, I don't need this melanin gene, so let me turn that off. And so now you got blonde hair, blue eye, very light skin. And this is a person who's going to be able to connect to the universe less, way less. This is actually this is the mutation. It's an adaptation. Doesn't mean it's good. This person is actually semi-retarded. They're not able to receive as much information as they could. They're capped because of epigenetics. So if this person was to move to the tropics, you to live closer to the sun, when the sun hits you, that UVB sun ray hits your skin, it's gonna tell you, the environment is gonna tell you, okay, we need that melanin gene. Turn that shit back on. Turn this back, and as you have children, or as you get more melanin, you're actually you're gonna activate dormant genes by living in your natural environment. You're gonna be who you were supposed to be 100%. You are not even who you are supposed to be right now because of where you are at, because your environment is artificial. Because you're in an artificial environment, you are an artificial organism. You are a genetically modified organism just from your environment. I don't care if you put it in your mouth. Look at where you're at. You're in a zoo. You're in a simulated environment. So you are literally just a test rat. However, environment like us, you would be tapping into the original, the true tapping into the most original part of yourself, the best version of yourself. It is not possible to be in your higher self in Babylon. It is not possible. You must be in your natural environment.
So I want to add to that.
Okay.
I want to add to that. Because as you were saying, you're a byproduct of your environment. You're a byproduct of the system, right? As Tupac said, we're American babies. So you're a byproduct of that. When you come to nature, when you come to this environment, I wanted to give you, because I feel like a lot of times we give knowledge, but I want your perspective from my own universe. I want to show you, I want to tell you things that I've experienced since being here. Since being in the tropics, what the most honorable prophet, Leo the Christ, has brought the information. Since being here, my cognitive functions of the brain has induced. I literally can think better. I remember in times in Babylon where my attention span was so short where I couldn't focus. I was not focused. I didn't have enough oxygen that I was even getting to my brain to even think properly. So my decision making was off. You know, so there's a lot of things that they're subconsciously playing out that we don't realize that our environment is affecting us to a point where we're actually not underdeveloped mentally. You understand what I'm saying? So that has to do with the brain and firing neurons within the brain and being able to think properly and just the well-being. I look the best that I've ever looked in my entire life. I'm like, everything. This is very important because oftentimes we talk about the tropics. We want to talk about what it's done for us. And what, even the knowledge, you know what I mean? Some of prophet Christ being here, having it.
Rockin', rolling, rock, make it be never, I'm down. Solar and them getting it in. They see Nature Boy got Solar and them up here talking and shit while he back there smashing all the women and shit. See, they excited to be on live and shit. They ain't even in acknowledgement. You know what I'm saying? Of what's going on with the women and shit. They ain't thinking about them. See what I'm saying? Look, Pop, slap up on that, didn't it? Slap up on the look at Raw. Couldn't wait to put that jersey on. That's that jersey Joker came in at. Oh, that's that one Efru had. See, Malia got her some new shit. Yeah, they were looking at shit, right? Damn, you see that shit? You see that? Do you see that? What the hell? Man, I know I don't see no shit like that, man. What the hell? Damn. What the hell is that? That must be the phone or something like that. And she put the phone down there? Man, what the hell? Yo, damn. Yo, man. Well, this shit done got crazy out here now, man. This shit done got real crazy now. Damn. What the fuck? You said that's hair. What the fuck? That shit a fool. God damn. Well, that shit a fool right there, boy. That motherfucker chunked out, ain't it? Damn. What the hell is that? Say that's a goose liver. Boy, that motherfucker hung low. Good gracious, yo. Hey, yo, this shit is bugged out right here, man. This shit is bugged out, man. I don't know what the fuck going on, man. But this shit done got real out here, boy. And Fruit got a whole afro up under that motherfucker. Either that or that's the remote control or her phone one, ain't it? Dang. Shit real out here, boy. I keep telling y'all, man. Shit real, man. Niggas really ain't using no, you know what I'm saying? Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Ooh. She ain't Harry. No.
Nature, that's my only hero. Get into my nigga, that's how you grow. Keep the knowledge no matter what you do. Keep the knowledge.
Keep the knowledge. Oh, shit. Hey, yo. And that's the funny shit, right? Y'all ain't peep game with this shit, right? Hey, yo, you got all of the men and all of the women. They got afro shit, right? Why the fuck Sheba ain't got no motherfucking afro post? That shit little than a motherfucker, ain't it? You ain't see Sheba shit. Sheba shit little than a motherfucker, ain't it? Oh, shit. Sheba shit little than a motherfucker, man. This shit crazy, man. I don't know why they motherfucker, man, why they do this shit, man. They do this shit time and time again out here, man. It's crazy as shit, you feel? Right. Let's get this shit, man. No. What's out there? No. That's that carbonation shit. No. Yeah, that's that new shit. I don't know what album that shit on, but that's that new carbonation shit though, y'all. Yeah, man. Y'all already know what it is. Hey, like I say, any updates, any new shit, we're gonna come back in, man. I'm gonna try to track down this the beginning of that live. Yeah, the beginning of that live when they first started talking about the crazy shit. Yeah, when they first went in and shit. Right. Facts. Yeah, facts. Hey, look at here. This the strangest shit, but I'm telling y'all, hey, I think it's weird that Sheba ain't got no afro poster. Why the fuck Sheba wouldn't have the afro poster? She a whole lot woman too, right? See, hey, yo, motherfucker told me that shit a long time ago. They said, like, when a motherfucker got something, say they hair stop growing and everything, so they shit just fall out. Yeah. I'm dead ass. Motherfucker told me that. Yeah. Sheba shit been done stop. Her shit stopped long time ago. Yeah. Shit about an inch long, man. Y'all shit, think of how long it's done been since they cut their hair. That's why I said that B6 died ain't no good, man. That B6 died ain't no good, man. They done damn, hey yo, it's done damn near been a year. The damn near been a year. Seem like, yeah, my shit don't be growing slow like that and shit. That's like I keep telling y'all, that's how you know there's some shit going on. Oh shit, I almost forget y'all. Hold on for a minute. I almost forgot. Damn, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. No. Hold on. No. Yeah, I ain't gonna do y'all like that. I know y'all trying to get that work. Y'all already know. Damn, they still live. Good God, oh my boy, they going in over this motherfucker. What the fuck? Damn. Oh, she ended up making her stuff. Okay, hold on. Velvet over there. Yeah, Velvet over there and shit. No. Yeah, we're going in then. I think Velvet look like she ended up making some jewelry. So shit, we'll go ahead and then eat off Velvet for a little bit. No. Yeah, we there then. That little song was saying what? No. Combination shit. No. I said, hey, they be trying though. it's a bunch of trannies and a morpher. Incarbonation, period, point blank. I think, yeah.
This is so exciting for me.
Right, Val.
Thank you for the
No. Okay, word. I should be back in there, right? Yo. Let me see. All right. Okay, we'll slide back up in there now. Yeah, that shit it froze all the way the fuck up. Yeah, I think I had too much shit going on at one time. Yeah. Yeah, right. Yeah, that shit was crazy as hell. Yeah, I always test it when I come on. I on the other device, that shit was stupid though. I don't know what the fuck happened. I'm waiting on them too. I was trying to get it into that valve. Yeah, trying to get into a little valve. See what valve talking about. Why that is fresh is still on the on Instagram. That shit is bugged though, man. All of it right now. Tell you the damn truth. He trying to keep that Zoka up out that light, ain't it? Huh? She had I and F Rue up there taking them pictures today. Uh-huh. Had F Rue them doing that shit. Right. Watch him now. Watch him. Watch him. Okay. Let me make sure I can get back in there first. I was on Veil shit. Hold on for a minute. I was sitting there that damn like, damn. Nubian with his weak ass, that fake ass lie he told. Told y'all Nubian wasn't going no damn well. Nubian lying like hell. Yeah, man, Joe, they ain't do them. I go to the grocery store. Slap to the grocery store. Him and Solar, they slid away and did something. Okay, see, Velvet done ended that thing now. Well, she done ended. She what? Hold on, what she said? Good morning. Yeah, where you at? You talking about? Okay. Yeah, we back eating again. I had to make sure that was the same damn joint. Yeah, she been going in lately. Been doing a whole lot of damn lives.
Not show the people phones and lie.
Tunnel vision. Hershey. Ew. So in the whole time that I was gone, I made a whole baby track, and that was really dope. To one of the instruments that I was playing, you know, along with
Hold on, who the fuck is this? Where all this extra shit coming from, man? I'm hearing niggas talking in my shit. The hell is this? Oh, okay. All right. Come on with it, Val. Val, come on with it. Yeah, that weak ass shit broke up my damn audio. What is this? The beyond? Okay. That's that beyond frequency. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I do that shit on Instagram. Like, if you go up out that junk and go back up in there, yeah, on the computer, it just rip all the audio. It rips everything. Yeah, that's why you see me doing that shit. See what I'm saying? We're spazzing that up.
Okay, guys, we're making the earrings now. There's many different options to choose from. Awesome.
low to y'all? Is that shit not low? That shit like mad low. Wait a minute, hold on for a minute. Let me look at my jank. Let me look at my jam jank right quick, man. I don't know what the fuck going on with this shit right here. Let me adjust the audio and all this shit right here. Yeah, my Velvet don't supposed to be sounding like that. Hold on. And make sure we all way on one. Yeah, I had got me a old little sound device up in there and shit too. Yeah, I had a little sound device. Let me see how that thing do that little sound. All right. Yeah, I had a little sound device. See how that thing do that little sound. All right. On that. Yeah, hey, look, check this out, family. We'll pick up on part 2, you know what I'm saying, in a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down. I gotta figure out what the hell going on with the audio because my damn Instagram audio is low as hell for some reason. Do that shit sound low to y'all? That shit is disturbing me. I didn't even know that shit was like that. Do it not sound low to y'all? That shit sound low as hell to me. Yeah. Yeah, this shit is bugged out. Like I say, yo, you know, like I say, you know, everybody, you know what I'm saying, feels some kind of way about that thing. It is low though, ain't it? Yeah, I don't know what the hell is going on. Nah, not me. I'm talking about the video. When the video was playing, something going on with the audio. Something crazy going on. I don't know what the hell that shit is. I'm gonna have to tap into that shit, man. I'm gonna tap into that shit on a whole nother frequency. Let me listen one more time and see. Tell me how that shit sound, man. Something ain't right. I just like it was a whole bust down or whatever. My shit got low as hell. That motherfucker, that better not be low. How that shit is. Echo on and shit. Hold on.
And then she starts walking. Literally. Morning. Hey y'all.
Yeah, Vel be talking like that.
So today, I want to let y'all know something. If I see like jewelry pieces that I'm inspired by, I go ahead and I buy them because I like to support other people's business as well. But I go ahead and buy them and making my own. You know what I'm saying? Because there's so many people who have the same type of earrings, but no one has the exact same type of set. So I do make my own earrings. I have a lot of earring making kits right here or whatever.
Y'all, I can't. I'm sorry. I can't right now. I can't. That the baby music in the background and the melodic music, all of that shit just gave me a headache. The whole shit gave me a fucking headache. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta apologize. If I got to, I'll come back in the building in a little bit. I got to tune out on that shit. It's some shit that's on my mind too that I just don't want to fucking say right now. So you know what they say about if you don't have anything, you know, good to say. And I'm thinking momentarily. You feel me, Oshun? Like I'm like really devastated. Like at this point right now, there's just some shit I got some conflict and shit within me right now. You know, so I just feel like the best thing, you know, for world, you know, at this time, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and fall the fuck back. Cause like I say, there's some shit I could and would say, but I ain't even gonna say that. I'm just bugged the fuck out with this shit right now. It's just too much shit. I'm about to get some counseling or something, man. I'm about to get some counseling now. Like, this shit is fucking me up. This shit is fucking me up. When I heard all that shit going on in the background like that, man, that shit just took me for a fucking loop. It took me for a loop, man. Y'all let me regroup, man. Yeah, I'll be back, man. I gotta regroup, y'all. Oh my goodness, yo.